So I'll give you my unfiltered, honest version. Okay. I think what's happening in the startup ecosystem today is total bullshit.
Why?
Okay. The fundamental of business will never change. Business is always going to be a value creation exercise. What they've made it today is a circus of valuations.
Mm-hmm.
Iski topi uske sar. Let's face it. Today, a guy who's investing in you knows who he's going to bring on board as a next round investor,
Yeah.
right? I won't name it, but I've had some of the biggest VC houses in India heads who've told me, Rajiv, abroad se itna paisa aa raha hai. Agar the guy is able to get a meeting with me, if he's able to reach that stage of getting a meeting with me, I'll pump money. मेरे को 100 में से एक चाहिए. अब तुम तो ला रहे हो बाहर का पैसा, तुम यहाँ डाल रहे हो, तुम बोलोगे हम नेशन की इकोनॉमी बूम कर रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप्स को, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, मीडिया भी डफली बजा के बोल रही है इसको इतना मिला, उसको उतना मिला, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स आर बीइंग सेलिब्रेटेड. कभी आओ हमारी गली में, I'll show you entrepreneurs who make 50 lakhs profit a week. I think they deserve to be celebrated because they, for a guy to make 50 lakhs profit a week, he needs to have delivered that much value that the market is willing to pay him, na?
Yeah.
तुम इधर 500 करोड़ जलाने वाले को हीरो बना रहे हो. Okay? मतलब it's become a circus.
Yes.
Okay, it's the cool thing to do right now.
True.
Okay,
So true. 500 करोड़ जलाने वाले को हीरो बना रहे हो, लेकिन 50 लाख कमाने वाले को नहीं.
अरे चलो कहीं भी लोकल मार्केट में चलो, बंदा एक्टिवा पे आएगा पर हर हफ्ते 50 लाख घर लेके जाएगा. तुम ट्विटर पे बैठे हुए को हीरो बना रहे हो, राइट? सो वी आर लिविंग इन अ सर्कस एनवायरनमेंट. And yeah, there can be arguments, but aren't we booming entrepreneurship as a culture in India? Okay, aren't we creating wealth for the team members who are sticking and building a venture? Yes, you are. Okay, but is your hit ratio better than a traditional business? It's definitely not. Traditional businesses have a better hit ratio. MSMEs provide 75% of the employment of the country. They pay more taxes. These guys learn how to evade taxes. Singapore में company register करो, दुबई का तुम golden card ले लो, हो गया tax evasion. Okay, और कहाँ startup India? Which India is growing over here? The real India is on the streets, my friend. The real India is in small businesses, in homes turned into offices. It's not in plush co-working spaces. That's not real India. So let's not let's put the truth out for the generation of tomorrow to get their priorities right. I come from Bangalore. In every coffee shop there are 3 tables pitching at any given point of time, and I can tell you there's no head or tail. The guy is chasing how will I raise my next round of funding.
Yeah.
And there's a few elite who've cracked this model, and it's become a nexus. मेरा नाम है स्टार्टअप में, नेक्स्ट राउंड हो जाएगा तेरा, टेंशन मत ले. That's how the game works. Okay, so someone's looking pitch deck, proof of concept. People come and ask me, Rajiv, can you help me create my pitch deck? Bhai, pitch deck क्यों चाहिए? Just pick one of these guys, give them a 3%. He'll take care of everything else for you. Okay.
Yeah, I know this. I know there are guys who take 2% of your funding money and they make sure that you get a funding
The
round.
truth is not spoken. Okay, it's been shown like this very this very empowering activity of nation building, that we are building startups and therefore let's hire. And what's happening with those hires? Okay, how many of them even last? How many of them, if the ones who last, how many of them actually get value? Because then in fine print कुछ लिखा होता है
Hmm.
कि फाइन प्रिंट में इसका मतलब ये तुम्हारा ये बनता है. सो भाई सिंधी हूँ, प्रॉफिट समझता हूँ. Okay, for me value creation is more important than valuation. Very very important. The fundamentals of business cannot be changed. Don't you find it amusing that there are companies that have gone to an IPO at an overpriced, eroded wealth of the common man and have been allowed to do that by the system? Okay, allowed to do that by the system. Okay, and then they are saying that our business model is work in progress. तुम नशा कर रहे हो क्या कि तुम आईपीओ के बाद बोल रहे हो आवर बिजनेस मॉडल इज वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस? When I hear such things from the so-called entrepreneurs who represent the startup community of India, I'm like, this is not startup community. This is the circus community of India. That's what's happening there.
So we need to shift the focus from role models, or what should we do here? How can we?
Education. Okay. Please, let's talk about also the other side of the spectrum of guys who've left established jobs, taken the plunge into startups, okay, and have ruined their careers. Please, let's talk about those entrepreneurs who burnt money and didn't just burn money, but also lost belief in themselves over a period of time. Let it not be the nexus of 80, 100 people that is running and creating the business culture of this country. Okay. Let us talk both na? And let us see my biggest bone. Okay, unpopular, my PR team will kill me for this, but I'm saying it. I feel that media of this country is doing the biggest injustice by not highlighting, recognizing and celebrating the MSMEs of this country. You are celebrating either MNCs, which are large corporates, or you are celebrating startups which are technically not even Indian. Most of them are Singapore registered.
Yeah, Delaware or
Okay.
Singapore. Yeah.
Right. And what are you celebrating? You are celebrating headlines like so and so raised this much at this round of valuation, so and so raised this much at this round of valuation. Can you celebrate? I tell you, मेरे बाजू में ग्रोसरी वाला अंकल है, उसने 6 दुकान खोल दी है लॉकडाउन के बाद. उसको सेलिब्रेट करो तुम. वो असली में टैक्स भरता है यहाँ. Okay? वो जॉब्स क्रिएट कर रहा है, वो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स क्रिएट कर रहा है, अपने टीम मेंबर को पार्टनर बना रहा है. I think I have a simple rule. Whatever you see out there, go in the opposite direction.
What do you mean by this?
You're seeing startup everywhere. Go in the opposite direction. Build an MSME. Go do the unglamorous stuff of building a manufacturing unit. Okay. Go do the unglamorous thing of building a brick and mortar business and take it to scale. I'm a fan of Zerodha.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is ethos there. Okay. There's a value system guiding that business there. Okay. That should be the heroic story we should be telling.